We thank God for energizing the youth of Nigeria to lay the foundations for reviving God's design for Nigeria. We know that no Nigerian group, after considering their true long-term interest, will regret the manifestation of a new Nigeria. A new Nigeria with greater peace, with greater progress, with greater unity. A new Nigeria that raises the dignity and respect of all blacks on earth. We are coming there. The manifestation of a new Nigeria is on the way. We should take action not to prevent it. We should pray for it to fully manifest. Let me add that the release of Nnamdi Kanu from detention will add to the success of 2023 election.
Let me take this opportunity to pay condolence to the First Republic minister, an elder statesman, a foremost fighter for the independence of Nigeria, in the person of Chief Mbazuka Mechi, Dara Kumafo, the boy is probably known as the boy is good, who passed on last week. And may his soul rest with the Lord.
Amen.
Now, the matter of the moment in Nigeria, 2023 election is coming, and I think it's an opportunity for the entire country to put right the wrong that has been existing over the years. Since independence, October 1, 1960, Nigeria has been standing on a tripod. A federal government composed of the major sections of the country, north, east, and west. That is standing on a tripod. But over the years, till today, the tripod has a broken leg. I therefore wish to make a wake-up call, appeal to the conscience of all Nigerians to correct the imbalance that has been standing since 1960 by voting rightly the person of the southeast stock that have been denied the opportunity of taking a shot in the government or governance of Nigeria by men, women, young and old, voting massively for one person whom God had thrown up in the country, in the person of Peter Gregory Obi, standing on the platform of Labour Party, to vote him rightly so that he takes up the governance of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Discussed and critically analyze some national issues and questions that have far-reaching consequences on the peace, unity, stability, and development of Nigeria, including the recent Federal Appeal Court ruling on Nnamdi Kanu, the incarcerated leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Number one, federal government appeal against ruling on Nnamdi Kanu. The Igbo Elders Consultative Forum views with grave concern and disappointment the media reports that the federal government has appealed against the patriotic, historic, and landmark judgment of the Court of Appeal, which, with all intents and purposes, has far-reaching consequences on peace and security challenges in the southeast zone of the country. The federal government appeal against the Court of Appeal three-man unanimous judgment, which discharged Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is capable of aggravating the security challenges and peace process initiatives in the southeast, preventing the conduct of peaceful 2023 general elections in the zone, as well as its ripple effects on the peace, unity, stability, and continued corporate existence of Nigeria. More worrisome is the media reports that the courageous and patriotic three-member appeal court panel that gave the laudable and landmark judgment of discharging Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, that all of them have been transferred out of FCT Abuja within 4 days of delivering the judgment, which was the remaining 7 of the original 15 count charges of the federal government against him. Justice Binta Anyako of a federal high court, Abuja, had earlier quashed and discharged him of 8 of the 15 terrorism charges brought against him by the federal government. The October Appeal Court unanimous ruling on Nnamdi Kanu, which quashed all the remaining 7 court charges against him, was not only historic, courageous, and patriotic, but also a naked confirmation that the judiciary remains the last hope of the common man, especially in Nigeria's current dispensation, where the executive arm of government is selective and rascal on what laws to obey and the ones to disobey. We salute the courage and patriotism of this rare breed of justices that delivered an objective, popular, and historic judgment on Mr. Kanu. As responsible Igbo elders who believe in the peace, unity, stability, and corporate existence of Nigeria, we appeal to the federal government to withdraw its appeal against the unanimous ruling of the Court of Appeal and release our son, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, as directed by the court. Even if the federal government should appeal against the unanimous ruling of the Court of Appeal, which is not necessary by our own consideration, the government should first obey the ruling of its own court, as was the case with the recent Federal Industrial Court ruling on the industrial action of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. The federal government insisted that ASU must obey the court order first before its appeal case would be heard, and the latter ASU complied. We now call on the federal government to equally comply and obey the Court of Appeal first before taking any further action. Nigerians and the international community are living witnesses to a series of efforts and visits of Igbo leaders, including the high-level Hanese worldwide delegation led by 94-year-old First Republic Minister Chief Mbazike Amechi, which had appealed to President Mohamed Buhari to explore political solution and release Nnamdi Kanu to our elders. Chief Amechi had pleaded Mr. President should release Mr. Kanu to him as a special favor and birthday gift to him as an elder statesman. Mr. President refused and insisted that the judiciary should be allowed to handle the matter. Since Chief Amechi had just died last week, we still appeal that federal government should release Nnamdi Kanu in honor of his memory, we believe he is resting in peace. The appeal court not only quashed the terrorism charges against Mr. Kanu, but also ruled that the federal government breached all known local and international laws in the forceful rendition of Mr. Kanu to Nigeria, thereby making terrorism charges against him incompetent and unlawful. We still appeal to Mr. President to withdraw government appeal to the Supreme Court and release Mr. Kanu in honor of the memory of Chief Amechi, also as a way of fostering peace in the Southeast zone. We call on the international community, European Union, USA, China, Russia, United Kingdom, and other progressive and democratic organizations and individuals to prevail on the federal government to obey the court judgment and release Mr. Kanu, whose health conditions, with reliable length, have deteriorated terribly. Number 2, 2020 general elections. The planned 2020 general election will have far-reaching consequences on the peace, unity, stability, and existence of Nigeria. Hence, we appeal to all candidates, other political gladiators, and their supporters to observe the rule of the game in their electioneering campaigns. The Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, should rise up to the challenge of providing level playing ground for all political parties and candidates, as contained in the 2022 Electoral Act and the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. INEC should resist the alleged pressure by inordinate and unscrupulous politicians to compromise with the provisions of the extant electoral laws and conduct free, fair, and credible elections in 2023 for the stability and corporate existence of Nigeria. 3, Igbo Elders Forum is worried by the heightened security challenges in the country and call on the federal government to rise up to the occasion and ensure the security of lives and property in the country. The recent security allowed by the U.S. Embassy and consequent evacuation of U.S., United Kingdom, and some other foreign nationals from Nigeria should serve as a wake-up call on the federal government to take urgent necessary action to protect lives and property of all citizens in the country. Number 4, economic sabotage. The media reports of the unprecedented crude oil debts and other economic sabotage in the country are worrisome and disturbing. Hence, we call on federal government to take all necessary measures to address all forms of economic brigandage in Nigeria. Government should take some proactive measures to address the situation and tackle the continued falling of the value of the naira by taking some economic measures that will address the situation for Nigerians to have a better living condition. These are the issues that have been worrisome to Igbo Elders Consultative Forum. We want to thank you, gentlemen of the press, for coming. Thank you so much.